Most of us walk through life haunted by a single question: who will love me? Not what do I stand for or what should I become, but simply, who will choose me? From childhood, we're not fed truth, but a romantic ideal. That love will complete us, that we are fragments waiting for someone to make us whole. But what if this ideal isn't just misguided? What if it's dangerous? What if everything we think we know about love isn't real love at all? Not long ago, a man named Arthur Schopenhauer described love as nature's trick, a manipulation of the mind, a hallucination of desire, engineered not for happiness but for reproduction. To him, our sacred connections weren't divine. They were biological traps. And then came Nietzsche. He didn't just question love, he questioned why we need it. He saw through the tenderness, the soft glances, the late-night promises. And what he found underneath wasn't beauty, it was power. To Nietzsche, love wasn't noble, it was negotiation. A silent game played by two people, each trying not to lose. We like to believe relationships begin with affection, chemistry, serendipity. But Nietzsche would say no, they begin with lack, a hunger, a need to be filled. Most people don't fall in love with someone else. They fall in love with the way that person reflects back what they want to believe about themselves. Validation disguised as intimacy. Approval dressed up as romance. It's not two whole people choosing one another. It's two incomplete people clutching each other like life rafts in a storm they've never learned to swim through. Here's the hard truth. When you give someone else the job of making you feel whole, you don't enter a relationship. You enter a contract of emotional dependency. You hand them the keys to your self-worth and hope they never drive off. But eventually, they always do. Why? Because love that is built on a foundation of fear isn't love. It's a performance that becomes exhausting. And yet, we keep auditioning, over and over again. Why? Because being alone, truly alone, is terrifying. Not just physically, but existentially. To be alone means to face yourself, to ask the questions most people spend their entire lives avoiding. Who am I without someone else watching? What do I value when no one is rewarding me for it? Nietzsche called this the path of the Übermensch, the overman. The person who creates their own values, not out of rebellion, but out of necessity. Because they have no one left to copy. That's real power. Not dominance over another, but sovereignty over yourself. So ask yourself, is your love built on freedom? Or is it built on fear? Because here's what Nietzsche understood better than anyone. The deepest human relationships aren't built on clinging. They're built on letting go, on standing beside someone, not leaning on them, on choosing to stay, not needing to. The moment you require someone for your sense of identity, you've already lost yourself. And here's the paradox. Only when you no longer need love can you finally give it. Because only then are you offering something real. Not a plea, not a transaction, but a gift. We chase romantic love like it's salvation. But the truth is, the only real salvation comes from knowing who you are without it. And once you know that, truly know it, you become dangerous. You become free. You begin to love without the worry, without the uncertainty, as you begin to take agency for your decisions in love. Why is this so important? Because then, you can love without fear. You can connect without clinging. And you can walk away without losing yourself. So maybe the real question should never be, who will love me? Maybe it should be, do I love myself enough to not need them while loving them? This represents the end of fake love between men and women, and the beginning of something much, much deeper. Not a fairy tale, not a fantasy, but something very real. And real love, as Nietzsche might say, is not for the faint of heart.